working properly. Perfect. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, carrots of all ages. Welcome to a brand new series on the channel. I am a massive Washington Capitals fan. Washington sports in general. You got the Nationals, the Commanders, the Capitals, DC United if I'll ever watch soccer. But we are in for an exciting rebuild with the Washington Capitals post Ovechkin era. Now, I just want to show you guys. It's pretty funny what I did because Ovechkin, I swear I still kept on the roster. Hold up. Edit lines. He should be in Hershey. Don't care. He should have been. Maybe completely took him out. Okay. I even take that one. Let me see. Let me player search this. What happened? Because I turned him to a 65 overall for the first year, so he wouldn't be a part of this, technically. Like, we wouldn't see his point stats. I simmed all the way through. We're right at where we are real life today. Hershey is eliminated, but can only do so much. The Capitals did miss the playoffs. I think we had a bit better of a record for sure. I think we finished with like 92 points, but in Sim we finished with 83, so which means that we definitely know that we have a little ways to go with this roster. I don't think it's a bottom-feeding roster in the NHL standings by any means. If Ovi does decide to call it a career, no, he did not retire today. For anyone that's like, oh my god, this is just a series where I think if Ovechkin did in July retire, can I rejuvenate this Capitals team? So I will read through real life stats instead of really looking into these edit lines. I have it all pulled up. I'll also pull up the Hershey stats. Guys, we are really excited over here on the channel. I put some time into it. Alexei Protas I should have made better. That was one I just overlooked for sure. He is definitely way better than I in real life than I made in this game. It's someone else's rosters, but I refixed it up to kind of look legit. Connor McMichael a little bit lower overall because he was playing center in real life this year, and the year before he was playing winger, and he was a lot better. So we have him right now on his natural habitat side, but I didn't mess with any of the rosters. I just simmed a full season because this is where I'm going to actually be starting. I guess David Comp got third line. If I did keep him, he'd be fourth line. Sort of had a really good year. I think 81 is kind of fair for him because he was like a 77, 76 to start the year. So I think he's a 5-point jump was warranted. I wish I didn't make rules for myself that I couldn't touch the regular season at all because Sonny Milano had some good trades and that man is now out of the league once this off-season period starts. He's going to Sweden. I don't remember what team. Logan Thompson, 89 overall. I felt like was warranted. Charlie Lindgren, exact fringe starter. I think is pretty fair for him. Exactly when he came in, he was a backup for us with Darcy Kemper, became the guy, and then we got Logan Thompson. He's fallen off ever since, to be honest. He kind of rejuvenated himself as a backup this year, but we're not looking at those stats. We are not looking at those stats at all. Like Jakub Chinchurin had only 9 goals and 58 assists, but we're going off his 26 goals this season numbers, not at 58 assists. But that could be something that we kind of realize what he's going to be for this series. As you can see, no John Carlson. So it is updated rosters. It's just I feel like I could have put maybe a few different players up and down overalls. I don't exactly know though. Martin Fury Harvey could have got to 85 maybe. Sandine I think is pretty fair. Van Riemsdyk I feel like is more of like an 80, 79 now. Just more of that 6 guy. Can be 7th. Declan Chisholm is definitely like a 7th, 8th defenseman. I feel like he's kind of fair in that overall range, maybe even down one. When he did play, he did all right. I think he had. Let me look at the stats. If I had to guess without taking a look, Declan Chisholm had 28 points, or sorry, 28 games, 7 points. My apologies. Looking for him right now. 26 games with 7 points, a +3 plus/minus. So I will say Declan Chisholm has room to grow. He only got 1/4 of the NHL season, and I would say if you would multiply that 7 points by 4, a 28-point season would be his cap in real life. I don't think we'll ever get him there. But yeah, Protoss. I don't get the Strome hate. I'm sorry. This guy gave Dylan Strome a low top 6, 85 overall. I think that is criminal with what Dylan Strome's done over a 3-year span and not just one. Because Dylan Strome, yes, he didn't have an 82-point season, but he was still 4th on the team in points and only 6 points behind the team lead. That doesn't make sense to me. Because a season prior, Ovechkin, I feel like when Strome had his 82-point season, was around the 78-point mark. If it'll pull up. So this season, Ovechkin had 32 goals and 64 points. And the season prior, he had 44 goals and 73 points. And this was how he hit 804. And Dylan Strome was the guy to help him get there. Look at him. He kind of looks like Nicholas Backstrom. But that's besides the point. Tom Wilson, our future captain, I feel like he is like a high top 6 forward potential. But because he's our captain, I kind of wanted to give him a leap because he's already 32. It's going to fall off in the next 2 years or so anyways. Try and give him as longevity as possible. Very good body checking player, decent shot, great defense. He's just an all-around power forward, man. We love Tom Wilson here. Ryan Leonard in real life, 45 points as a full rookie. He had 9 games this season prior in a little trial run and had 1 empty netter that Ovechkin fed him because Ovechkin didn't want to, get 804 on an empty netter. So that was pretty funny. Pierre-Luc Dubois, very injury-riddled season. The season prior was really, really good. I would say 84 is pretty fair for him. If he didn't have an injury-riddled season, he'd be 87, 88. He's as good as Dylan Strome in a different way where it's defense. It's that quick pick. I definitely agree with it. That tape-to-tape. He's a good playmaker as well, but very, very solid on the defensive side of the puck. They always match him up with other teams' first liners, so that's going to be very interesting. Brandon Duham, I will say if we do bring him back, he's going right in that 4th line spot. If we bring back David Comp, he's going in that 4th line spot. We have to think about Hendrix Lapierre and Beauvillier being in this lineup next year because Lapierre has just not been it. Low elite potential. I get why at times in his career he looks like a real deal, especially in the 2-year Hershey Bears playoff window. But also, it's just not been it for him, especially like in game, seeing 12 points in 70 games on a 3rd line. It is not working out for that guy. In real life, where we're actually going with it. Where? Hendrix Lapierre had 16 points in 74 games, so it literally matches up. And a 0 plus/minus, so he's maybe okay enough to get a roster spot, but I don't really want that if we're going to try and rejuvenize this team. So my 3 goals, and I want to try and tailor it to real-life Washington Capitals here. get a top six forward. Where would we put this, though, is the other question. We have Ryan Leonard, Tom Wilson, Dylan Strome, and Pierre-Luc Dubois all guaranteed to be in this top six. And I feel like if we did that, it's Connor McMichael going on that 3C. And I really feel. Let's talk about this. I really feel like. Let me pull up the real life center stats for Connor McMichael. Okay. And then right here is when he played a winger for us in 24-25, and where I honestly agreed with Spencer Carberry. This man is a more of a winger. 57 points with 26 goals. In real life this season, he had 14 goals as a center, 32 assists, and 46 points. So he only had one more assist as a center and dropped 12 goals as a center to his better season as a winger. So you would want to put him right here, but will we be able to if the Capitals in real life want to get a new top six forward? Now, the other reason too is in-game Alexei Protas going to be that guy? Because Alexei Protas had a pretty solid season. He was right behind Dylan Strome, so I should have gave him 86 high top six. That's what I should have done. But it's never too late to get him back into an exact top six forward, 86 overall. Anyways, we can definitely work this out for him. Alexei Protas this season had a really solid year. I don't know why I didn't pay attention to this. So, the season before was better, but this season was nothing to be ashamed of. So, both seasons he's played 76 games, so this is a perfect sample size of what we see in Alexei Protas. The season prior, he had 30 goals, 36 assists for 66 points. And this season, he had 25 goals, 27 assists for 52 points. So he had a 14-point drop-off. Is that warranted a low top 6, 84 overall? No. No, it's not. This means that he can be a, at minimum, 45-point player and a maximum 75-point player. There is a wide range of what we could see out of Alexei Protas this season for the Capitals. So he's not going anywhere. No one in this top 6 is. But the question is, will one of these guys be moved to the third line if we do get this top 6 forward? Because I do want to bring one in. The Caps want one. Looking at it, do we really, really need it? I don't think so. I really think Ryan Leonard's ready to be that top 6 forward guy, and I think they're looking outside of it, putting him here. Forget Lapierre, and we have a top 6 guy for next season. So is that top 6 player that we want a 1-year rental guy to push us for a playoff spot? I don't know. But I definitely do know another thing. Here's where it gets very fun. I don't know why you already lost all your abilities, Ilya Protas, but it's okay. It's okay. I honestly kind of wanted them to lose it anyways. I just more wanted to give them their juvenated seasons. Yeah, 47 points for Miroshchenko. 64 points. That's perfect. I kind of wanted to try and mimic their real-life stats. And then Andrew Crystal with 55 points. That is almost perfect. And we'll pull all that up in a second. Ethan Frank is another guy I want to talk about. There's Ovechkin. He was in the NHL. Did he play games? He did. Oh my god. He retired. He retired. Okay. He retired. But not. Anyways, it's fine because he did play in this season that I would be looking at this 30 games, 7 goals. But just look what he did. I couldn't find him for a second. Look what I did to him. But one thing I could not touch is his offensive awareness and his shot. Now, this is not his exact stats in real life. Physical, skating, puck skills. He's not that bad. Come on, guys. I know All the Ovechkin haters would say this is lore accurate, but come on, he's not that crazingly bad. But I did it just so after this season, I'm hoping he calls it a career so we can move forward. If he doesn't, I already set it up, no movement clause. I wish it went all 3 years, but I set it on the outside of the franchise and not inside of the franchise. So 3 years, 820K on a two-way contract, so it doesn't hurt us in any way other than it just takes up a roster spot. But look at this. Another guy that we forgot to put in the lineup to assess for next season, it would be right now Matt Roy as our top right-hand shot defenseman. Now, people say Timothy Liljegren could be that guy. He just got a 2-year, $3.5 million deal. You can see that the two bars next to the current year already have something, so I already did his extension. Matt Roy is, I'm pretty sure, on a pretty good friendly deal. 5 years, 5.7. Perfect for me, man, for right now. But you also got to think he's 31 now. He is 31 now. And yeah, so with all that said, let's get to Hershey. I didn't mess with Clay Stevenson, sadly. He looks like a guy that could have been a third goalie for us, but it doesn't really matter anyways. You got Jesper Vikman, who has low backup potential, which I think is about right in real life. He kind of struggles right around when it's time for NHL duties, but then is a pretty solid minor league goalie. Clay, I wish I'd kind of messed with a little bit more, but that's okay. That is okay, and I could be completely wrong. Clay Stevenson could be the next Vitek Vanasek that no one thought would even make the NHL and then does. Sazladev is one of our pretty decent prospects, mimicking that he was a beast with Connor Bedard back in juniors. What up, Spice? But back when Connor Bedard was coming in the league, he was his teammate in the juniors, and he had an insane season, like 120 points. But for now, it definitely looks because he was on the line with Bedard, and that's what every scout was really saying. His stats were probably a little overjuiced because of Connor Bedard. And I think moving forward, you got this right wing spot. If we don't think Ryan Leonard's ready, but come on, he's so ready. You can always do the Connor McMichael 3C, which will, I feel like, impact his stats for the worse a little bit. But he can do it, and maybe the game keeps him in his 40 to 50 point range. But I want to see if we can get Connor McMichael going. So very, very big decisions here. And in the AHL, we also got to think, is Ilya Protas coming up? I think so. Is Ivan Miroshchenko coming up? I think so. Is Andrew Crystal coming up? I know so. At least these two guys right here are, and then Miroshchenko kind of is mirroring that third person that needs to come up. Brett Leason's a good fourth line rotational piece. Could he take Duhaim's spot? I think he could. He has really good defensive awareness for a winger. He has face-offs. He has body checking. Can we find better? Yes. And big question about David Comp. I don't think in real life he's going to get re-signed, but now it's my team at this point. I gave them a whole year of being their team. It's my turn to come in and make decisions. Decent enough face-offs, but I really, really like that shutdown defensive awareness play. So let's get into it. Really wish I could have traded Sonny Milano, but I was being fair. I waited till May 29th to take over. That it is in real life. We are 1 month from Ovechkin's decision if he's going to stay in the league. And I thought, what if he doesn't stay in the league? And let's make a franchise out of it. We will get to the off-season focus later in the off-season. I might even leave it for episode 2, but I will make sure to get both Hershey and the Capitals offseason focuses done, because especially Protoss. I want to try and get him back to his like 86 range. Um, so I can't look at our draft picks because we might not have that. If so, we're gonna act that Anaheim did not make the playoffs, but they definitely did. So we should have their first round pick. And I don't know if that guy gave it to us. I downloaded the rosters from Sim to Draft. Yeah, let's sim close. I don't want to go all the way to it, but I want to get closer. Hershey Bears did win the Calder. That's not real life realistic, but it's cool to see that I'm picking up a Calder Cup winning team, and that is the goal of this series, is to keep the Hershey Bears competitive, because the Hershey Bears have been competitive for 2 decades now. And with that being said, this doesn't count. We don't have any Calder Cups on our belt. This is not our season. Alrighty, so we have to at least get to $79 million minimum on the salary cap. It's cool. We want to be on the lower end. I like being on the lower end, but not too far low that we can't make moves. But I also won't make a crazy amount of moves. Try and keep realistic that around a 3 to 4. We will not have the 9th pick. We will have the 16th pick. I will trade that back. I will trade that back. I am hoping that it all works out. So, Stenberg, medium franchise, McKenna, medium franchise, will be going to teams. I didn't see who the first or second overall pick is, but we will see in a second. Let's look at our range of 16, around here. So you got Marcus Nordmark. Trying to see if people actually know. I know this guy is pretty good. Georgios Pantelis from the Brandon Wheat Kings. I've heard a lot about him. We need a right shot defenseman. I feel like that's a very good spot to start. He's projected high elite potential, but I'm pretty sure he is high top 4. If I had to guess, I don't think he's going to be that great, like high elite great. I know Mathis Preston should be high top 6, because I know without this roster he's a medium elite, so he probably made him a high top 6. So that's a guy we'll look at. But I only like my Swedish centers, so I probably won't take him, even though Dylan Strome is not Swedish at all. Yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois is Canadian for sure. French Canadian. Chase Harrington, Cooper Williams, Mikey Burchild, Van Holto, Marcus Rock. For that first round pick, I think we're pretty set straight. Chase Harrington kind of seems interesting a little bit. I think it'll be high top 6 in the same overall range as everyone else. He doesn't have any weaknesses, so that's good. He's going to be a little bit more of an all-around guy. Two-way forward seems about right. His scouting rank is 32, so this could be a trade back position. But we should have 2 picks at 16 and another one, hopefully. Juho Piparainen looks really, really good. That's another one. Right-handed shot with left-handed shot or left defense flexibility. That's nice. That is definitely something we could utilize. And he is 2 years away, high top 4 guaranteed. I just like the size and strength, the mobility, the strength. Yep. He's not going to be a shooter, so definitely more of a defensive two-way defenseman with maybe some passing, but he's not going to be a shooter. Pantelis, shot utilization, teammate utilization. I don't like that. But one of these two will definitely be our picks. And we might take both of them, just completely stack up the defense. J.P. Holbert, if we would think about trading up, is nice. I like Ethan Belchet's. Following him on Instagram. J.P. Holbert. I know Carson Carroll's is really good. I've heard about him. Chase Reed, he's been flying up boards. I do like right-hand shot defensemen. They are hard to come by. And after Carlson, we need one. Verhoff. Oh, that's way too high for him, I feel like. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments. Is Keaton Verhoff even real, too? Because I swear that is not a top 5 guy from what I've been hearing. Keaton Yeah, he is real. He's real. I feel stupid. He is 17 years old right now. Right before draft, he turns 18, so perfect age, correct with everything. That's a good thing that we should start looking at. I won't bring up Gavin McKenna or Stenberg. We're not doing it. We will look at some of the guys' ratings. If we traded up, it'd be Chase Reed. Verhoff plays in the NCAA for University of North Dakota. He joined the big wave of Canadians going to the NCAA. He put up. Can you elite prospects? Come on, pull up his actual stats, please and thank you. Thank you. 20 points in 36 games. A plus/minus of 7. So he actually looked pretty solid, but he looks like he needs time. I don't think he's number 3. But guys I would trade up for is Chase Reed, Ethan Belchet's for sure. Carroll's, I know is good. I know he's good. He's probably going to be a high top 4. He should be way high up, I feel like. I think Chase Reed's kind of like where he needs to be, 6 or 7. Ryan Lynn, I know is pretty good. So a lot of these guys here, Smits is another one that we can look at. 6'4", just doesn't really have the shot utilization. He's more of a shutdown defenseman. I'd more be comfortable taking one of these guys down low. That's a shutdown defenseman than if I traded up for one. Oscar Hemming, a 6'5", 200-pound Ryan Getzlaf, similar style. Probably high top 6 forward. That's kind of interesting. I know Rubrek is another pretty good player. He's definitely going to be a high top 6. So a lot of high top 6s in this first class. I would definitely keep my eye on these guys. But guys, I think it's going to come down to Pantelis and Pipperainen with what's available. So let's look at Elite Prospects view of Juho Pipperainen. Juho Pipperainen. Because this is what we are going off for Season 1. Afterwards, we will use our end game. He played in Liga. Oh. He is projected late first round, for sure. But the stats do not look promising. What is going on? Apparently in his last 10 games, a negative 8 plus/minus and 1 total point. But I doesn't seem to show where it was for. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. But the last league he played in was he played 29 games in Liga for Tapara, and he had 3 points in 29 games. So that's pretty realistic. Yeah, as you can see, A plus competition, 5 points here. It makes sense. We kind of just have to go off the player. Let me see. In Finland's Gretzky Cup, 3 points in 5 games. Okay. In the World Leagues right now, he is playing in. Not World League. What is it? What's going on right now? The World Championships. He's playing for Finland, and apparently he's been having strong performances there. So that's nice. That's one thing we can take with that. He's playing in World Leagues right now. But Georgios Pantelis, I want inflated stats because it will inflate my ego for taking this guy. It's hard to take those European guys because they're playing in harder leagues. But that's also probably better. For their long-term development. Georgios Pantelis. We're going to pull up his elite prospects. Oh, look at this guy down here. Medium top 4. Oh, a gem right here. Medium top 6 in the 3rd. Blale looks really good too. 2 flyers there for defensemen. About goalies. Brady Noling. That dude is... I've played with this guy in franchise already. I want him. He's a beast. High starter. He'll definitely take. Orzelak also develops really nicely too. But he takes longer. But I know he's good. Definitely want to fill some goalie positions for sure. So we'll definitely take both those guys. Please, Ovechkin. Have my plan work. Thank you. Thank you. He will finish with 904, even though he's at 929 right now in real life. Cool. Thank you, Ovechkin, for everything you've done for the Capitals, man. That man is a legend for sure. Is he going to become a coach? He does. Coach Ovechkin? I won't do it just because he's going to Russia. As cool as that would be. As cool as that would be. Maybe we make him like an AHL associate coach, and then if his overall develops, then we are like, you know what? Let's bring back Ovechkin as a head coach down the road. I'll leave that in the comments. If he's still there, come episode 2, let me know down below if you guys think, even though it's not realistic, and this is going to be a realistic rebuild as possible, do we bring Ovechkin as a head coach just for some franchise fun? Let me know. Let's definitely have a conversation about that. Go to view draft class. I already did that, and I don't really want to. Let's have some fun with it, even though it doesn't really matter. Let's see. We're gonna go for our guys. I'd say Chase Reed as the trade-up guy, and we'd probably be taking Pipparainen or Pantelis with our 16th overall pick. So let's talk to the guys we're interested in. We kind of know his strengths and weaknesses. I'm pretty sure we know everything about Pipparainen. Pipparainen's the guy we know all about, but then that other guy's the one we don't. So, play style. Let's make sure we have your readiness. Definitely want to know how soon can we bring you to the NHL. There's some work to do on my game. I'm a couple years away from competing for an NHL job. He's honest. I like that. 2 years. 2 years is very respectable for the 16th overall pick, for sure. I'm probably seeing about a 72 to 74 overall range here. Let's go playstyle. He's a two-way defender. He can join the rush, but still be the first man back. Cool. I feel like we knew a lot about this guy. Maybe that was not the best interview spot. But he's 2 years away, two-way defender. Did we look at this correctly? Yeah, we already know everything that's going to happen. His weakness is shot utilization, so he's not going to be a great shooter. But we definitely didn't want to go strengths and weaknesses. But at least now we know 2 years guaranteed. He's top 4 defenseman. We know everything we need about him. Georgios Pantelis is definitely a guy we need to know more about because he's not a guaranteed high elite, and I don't think he will be. I'm pretty sure I've already seen his. We do need to know his strengths. We really do need to know his strengths, what he really likes to do, and we do need to know his ETA. So definitely going to go interview him. Skills, strengths. Skating. He's a skater. I think it's got to be my skating. I think I'm faster than most, can accelerate quickly, and can turn on a dime. I do like that. But the thing is, you have Cole Hudson that can do that coming in. We really don't have that for the right side. We have Jakob that does it. But for the right side, we don't have it. We have Matt Roy that kind of plays that Jugo role. I think that's how you pronounce his name without looking at it. Juho. He kind of already plays that role, but Matt Roy in 2 years might be on his way out too. So I like both, man. I like both. I hope we have the Ducks pick. They pick, I'm pretty sure, 18. I don't think that's true. Ducks pick. Their 18th overall pick was transferred to the Capitals. So hopefully we can get both. I kind of want both, man. I feel like those two guys could be the future of our defense. It's gotta be my skating. I think I'm faster than most, can accelerate quickly, and can turn on a dime. That just looks perfect to me. New topic. Let's go. We want to know... What was it? Readiness, right? Yeah, readiness was another one we didn't know. And then we will ask you playstyle. To be honest, I feel I need a few years before. So 3 years. That's good to know. It would take an extra year for Georgios Pantelis. So he'd need a little bit longer before he hits his stride and will be competitive in the NHL. I'm dedicated to that goal, though. I like the dedication part. He would definitely not be the first selection for our 16th overall pick, and we may not even have the other one, just because I couldn't touch it and I already had John Carlson gone. So we'll have to figure out how to get that Anaheim pick for free. We'll probably sign someone not to bring to the team. But we'll also have to think in Anaheim's interest, too, that they would sign, so it makes sense for them to trade a first-round pick away. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I really like this. I do like this guy. The problem is, at 3 years, kind of makes it a little bit harder to select. Definitely not with our 16th pick. I really think we have our 16th pick kind of on lock. Now it'd definitely be, do we trade up for Chase Reed? And I don't think it's possible without that Anaheim pick. So I'm hoping that guy set the rosters with the draft picks, but if not, we'll work it out with next season. Because it was one of those weird deals where if the Anaheim didn't make the playoffs, they would have the first this year, but if they made the playoffs, we would have their pick. And of course, now that's decided that we do have it, but we don't know if we have it in the game, and I'm not going to trade actual assets for it for now. Okay. Hopefully I don't get grilled in the comments for that, but I don't think it will. To be honest, I feel need at least a few seasons before I really hit my stride and will be competitive in the NHL. And then the play style we'll finish off with. Another two-way defenseman. Awesome. At least we got Pantella's fully figured out. He's ranked number 22, and I think that makes sense for him. I would probably even take him a little bit later, but I also don't want to be too late on it. It didn't really help potential-wise, but I'm pretty sure he's also a high top 6. And then Juho Piparainen. So I was right the second time. Juho will most likely be our pick. We just selected not too long ago a right winger. We just selected not too long ago a left winger, and actually 2 left wingers, and Crystal and Miroshchenko that's coming up, and a right winger and Ryan Leonard that's already in the league. I don't think we need that right now. I think defense is definitely something we need to make sure we have a lot of for the later years. But yeah, now I think Chase Reed's the correct option as the trade-up guy. Let's go have a talk with him. We don't know anything about Chase Reed. No report on this player. So we're definitely going to go probably strengths, weaknesses, and readiness. Honestly, he's that high, we might not even worry about the weaknesses. So we'll go strengths. His defense. He's very comfortable on his own end. Perfect. Don't care about weaknesses right now. We want to go play style. Are you NHL ready? He's 1 year. He's 1 year. That's fine. So we'll be trading for a guy that wouldn't be a part of this roster this year, but he'd be immediately one of our scouting profiles for next year. Or prospect profiles, I should say. And then what type of player are you? An offensively inclined defenseman. I like to jump in the rush. So he's an OFD with his best strength being defense. That's kind of interesting to me. And he would kind of be that John Carlson to me. I kind of like Chase Reed. Now look how far high he goes. He's right behind Lawrence. That would be a top 5 grab right there. So the only way that happens is if one, we have the Ducks pick, and two, a team wants to trade in the top 5. Wants to trade back. Because we would have that 16th and 18th pick, and we take Chase Reed and walk out of that first round happy. This is going to be interesting. Our coaching staff, Spencer Carberry. We have some decent associates. Our whole AHL team is going to be on 1-year deals. I don't know if it already switched over. First, I want to talk contracts. Is there any extensions we can talk about right now? Yes, 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 and yes. Milano. We already said will leave because of real life. If he goes to another NHL team, that's out of my control. I could have lowered him down to a 75. It's not that big of a deal. Now, Van Riemsdyk is a top 4 defenseman with 82 overall exact. He had, in real life, Trevor Van Riemsdyk was the 6th defenseman on the Caps stat-wise. Let's pull it up and talk about it. He played 68 games, which is a lot of games played for the 6th defenseman role. 14 points with a +6 plus slash minus. He definitely could still be our 6th defenseman. It depends how much he wants. We're not paying him more than 3. I want him in the $2 to $2.75 million range. I'd be happy with that. He's already 34. I would want it no more than 2 years. He's going to want more, and he's going to probably walk. And that's okay. And that's okay. He's spent 6 years with us. I think that's a perfect amount of time. We've given him a lot here, and he gave us a really good way to trade. If we want, do we sign and trade him? I don't think that's realistic, especially right before the draft. That makes no sense. If we would have done it on May 29th, I should have done it then. That would make more sense. But I feel like sign and trade's out of the question. It's if we're... Oh, and the last rule of this franchise, I'm glad I've finally seen it. Rasmus Sandin, I will not allow in the starting lineup till at least December 1st because he has a torn ACL. So we have to be careful of that. I want to see where is Cole Hudson right here. 74 high top 40. Thank God it's at least good. Thank God he has some skating because he's really good. I don't quite think this mimics his real life at all. But I think what we'll do... Where are you playing in? Ice? That's not realistic. No, there's no way. But we will offer him his 2-way deal. And he will play in the NHL as a 74 overall. I'm already keen on it. We're going to get him up there the weird way that may never work, but we're going to do it. He's going to play in the Sandine spot till December, and then we'll assess him down in the minors. Does he go to Hershey? He does. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. LeMay. I can't do any of that yet. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Shoot him in. I do like. Give him his 2-way. No, he wants a 1-way. Dude plays both sides. He's not going to be an NHL. He's not getting the Dylan McGrath spot. We will be cutting Dylan McGrath too. I will make sure of that. Even though he is part of the team. But that's already a thing I kind of have made up in my mind. Garen Bjorklund. Ugh. Keller, I do like. Bickman. Can you please be two-way? Yes, you can have that. Keller, two-way. Yes, you can have that. Chase Clark, high fringe starter, but it's a little too late for you, bud. Kind of already have enough. Kempf, low starter. When did we get him? 2024. Definitely. So that mean we just break off of the Stevenson deal, go Keller, Vickman, and Kemp. But the thing is, like I said, we want to stay competitive in the minors. Having a 65 backup, is that going to be competitive at all? I don't think so. You do have Garen Bajorkel another season, so we might be doing another buyout deal there. We'll see. But in the system as well, you have Duhaime, 78 overall. Does he want a cheap deal? 1.6. I'll probably let him test. See if it gets cheaper. Borgstrom, I don't think is still part of the team. Henrik Borgstrom, I think, is already in Sweden, so we'll let him go. Henrik Borgstrom, yeah. Finish. He plays for the HC for, yeah. I'm not gonna even pronounce it. Ryan Hofer's a good minor league fourth line center, but we'll figure all that. I think we're good here. Everything else in the system wise is nothing, but in the NHL, do we trade Lapierre? He's gonna be a free agent. $2.8 million. He's getting the tender. He's getting a tender. We won't be able to trade him. Connor McMichael, we want to lock up. That's giving him the Dylan Strome 2 years, make it or don't make it, and I like it. We have plenty of cap space for this Capitals team. Connor McMichael, 2 years, $5.6 million, I think is under what he's going to get paid this offseason. I think it's going to be the $6 to $7 million range. Mark my words, but I will take 5.6. Hopefully he accepts that going into the draft night. Milano's gone. Van Riemsdyk, I'm very scared of this one. I think I'm going to be letting him go. Yes! This is a perfect... This is exactly what I wanted. 1 year, 2.5. Welcome back, Trevor Van Riemsdyk. That is beautiful. That assures us that we don't really need to be looking at free agency that much. We have our three defensemen in Roy, Liljegren, and Van Riemsdyk. If we see a better option in the top four, Liljegren can always be a 7th D man, but in franchise terms, a 27-82 top four defenseman looks pretty good to start developing now. He has a really good shot, too, for this game. I feel like he would be a better defender type guy, but alright. I definitely like that second defense role for him for right now. And it's 2 years. And then we bring in our guy, Juho. So our defense is set, man. It's set. As much as we're going to have it. And then, yeah, we don't need to look defense at all. Other than draft our defensive guy now. Comp, we can talk about him. 1 year, $1.8 million. I like that defensive awareness. I think it is kind of worth it to let him be the Nick Dode this season. I don't think in the minors we have a guy to run that fourth line center spot. Is Protas on the NHL side? Yes. Ilya Protas. He's not comp yet. But that's one way of getting him into the NHL now, because making Protas the fourth line guy, he's an 81 at 19. That's perfect. He's young. You want to get him in the NHL. So maybe comp's not the best option. Maybe we think about it later on if he's not getting any moves on him. But Anthony Beauvillier, I think, is a guy we'll try and get something out of. If I'm trading someone, it's going to be Anthony Beauvillier. He has 1 more year at $2.7 million. And I think we are ready. We'll definitely make sure we try and get Brady Noling. I want Brady Noling in that prospect room for goalies for sure. We'll definitely be running Charlie Lindgren and Logan Thompson. I will say the Caps could trade Charlie. Will it happen? I don't think so, but they could because he's just not been the best backup. If we find a better backup option, but right now that is not important. But we will go into the entry draft. The second overall pick is up for trade, so that is possible, and that would be Stenberg. I don't want to do that one. I don't think it's fair to take Stenberg. Crazy Buffalo here. Crazy the Blues have the top 3 picks. That's crazy. The Blues are going to be so good. It's not Toronto or the San Jose Sharks, which sucks. San Jose at 7 and Toronto made the playoffs, it looks like. No, and they don't even have their first because of it. San Jose is 32 as well. We do have the 30th pick. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, let's see if we can turn this 30th pick. We don't... Damn, what the hell? Where's our mid picks? We do have the Ducks pick. That's good. That is good. We'll take the 30th and the 2nd. Oh, wait. We gotta trade up to 18. Which the Rangers want to do. So we will give you 30 and a next year 3rd. Which is perfect. It won't look that bad. A bit off. A bit off. Do you want our 7th? Cool. I don't want that 7th. I don't want that 7th. And now it's as realistic as I can possibly make it for a second, because now we have to turn that 10th into the 16th, or we'll try and get a 3rd back. So it is as realistic as possible. So 10th, and if we can get a 3rd back next year, how we did it, honestly, we can make it a 4th. That's fine. 10. What? Fuck that 3rd. Let's just get it done to make it make sense. We won't get anything out of it, which sucks. But it's okay. Ivan Demidov won the Calder. I wonder who would win the Calder in real life right now. So now we have the 16th and the 18th overall picks. It's exactly how real life is working this year with the John Carlson trade for 18. Like I said, guys, I had to make it work somewhat. We lost a 3rd round pick in the process. It is what it is for next year. I'm trying to hide it as much as I can to make it look as realistic as possible. I don't want to trade players. I think I did okay. So, Gavin McKenna, 1st overall pick. I can't control how the game does everything, sadly. I can't make it the Leafs and the Sharks. Yeah, I could spend 12 hours doing it. I'm not going to. So right now, it looks like Chase Reed, if we would trade up, and I just don't see that happening, would be... That would be 2, that would be 3, that would be 4, that would be 5. We would have to talk to Chicago, and I just don't see the realism in Chicago, other than they do pick up 2 really good players, so I can kind of see it. It looks like we have the value on our side. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I kind of just want to go with the Caps picks. If Caps trade up, I will feel horrible in real life, which they could, but I don't think a top 5 team would do this realistically. just don't think so. I really don't think so. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Let's see how good Stenberg is. 279 medium franchises. 1A, 1B of this class. Both are going to be stellar. Gavin McKenna. I could have definitely done a bit better on the stats. I feel like Gavin McKenna would probably be like 90 speed. Stenberg. Okay. Let's get to 16 and we'll go pick by pick on what happened because we are not going to do that. Verhoff being high elite, that guy, I don't think he's high elite. Am I wrong? Reed would have won fourth and we would have had to take Harrells anyway. So that's fine. Reed, 73. See what he was. He definitely is defense awareness best. As an offensive defenseman, though, he's going to develop those stats. He was probably a pick I would have done, but you can't trade up to the Penguins. You can't give them 2 firsts. You just have to deal with it. They made the playoffs, too, so that's unrealistic. But I can only do what's inside my realm. I can't do what's outside the realm. Belchet's would have been nice to trade up for, but I think we're okay. I think we're alright. Bajork, Hulbert all went here. I'm okay not taking any of these guys, to be honest. Ryan Lynn might have been nice. 71. OFD. Kind of almost there at defense. His strongest suit is his senses. His offensive awareness is going to be nice. He's going to be good. But he's not going to be ready anytime soon. None of these guys are. So we really don't have to take too much into a 2-year ready guy because all these guys look about 2 years out outside of the top 2 picks. Maybe Verhoff's 1. But Chase Reed's not really 1 year. I feel like he's 2. Definitely Carroll's is 2. The only other 1 year is Lawrence. Tynan Lawrence. Really good playmaker. 17-year-old. That would have been nice. But I don't think we needed to trade up. I don't think we're in that spot. Let's call a timeout because we were talking about the draft class and start assessing our pick. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory what we're doing here. Pipparainen seems like the guy here. We fully scouted on our scouts really like the guy. Actually, scout recommendations right here in these 3. But Rudolph, Dax and Rudolph, don't know enough about. All we know is he has a strength. But we don't know if he's OFD. We don't know anything. I really took a liking to the 6'4", 200 pounds, 17-year-old Juho Pipparainen. And that is going to be our selection. He's going to be a 67 overall, top 4 defenseman high. It said 2-year ETA. I think it's 3, so I'm not even going to feel bad if I take the other defenseman with the 3-year ETA. Sim pick. Suvanto. Okay. Now, I definitely think we have more here. We still have Preston as well. A lot of the guys I see in the second round, I don't think I'll trade up in the second round, to be honest. I think I definitely want Fedosayev in the 3rd. I feel like it's pretty good. Marshall's also in the 3rd, so we'll definitely try and get a 3rd. And we also got to make sure we get in the realm of the goalie situation with Brady Noling, who's around 100. So we definitely want to try and get a 3rd. I think, honestly, to keep it realistic, we'll trade up for the 3rd. Teams will... We've gotten a 2nd-round pick for a 4th-line center and Beck Mallison a few years back. I will try and do Anthony Beauvillier for a 3rd-rounder. I will. I will try and get that deal done. I think that will help us out a lot. And yeah, so we're going to take, with the 18th overall selection, I don't think it was a question either. You do have Preston there, who's another center. I feel like Protoss, honestly, is a good enough prospect to finish out our center room for now. I don't think Dylan Strom's going anywhere. I don't think Pierre-Luc Dubois with this contract is going anywhere. But Georgios Pantelis is the selection, so we'll have two really good right-hand shot defensemen for the future. Two two-way defensemen too. Pipparainen, stat-wise, could be a good skater down the road. We'll have to develop that. But very solid defense off the bat. No shot, though. That's going to hurt him getting in the NHL, I feel like, a little bit. I do like Georgios Pantelis is at least almost in the 70s for both. And he also holds that defense, too, with okay enough skating. So, all in all, I like the Pantelis pick a bit more. Not going to lie. But I'm glad we got both of them. I think that really helps strengthen the future of our defense. We have Leon Muggley. We have Cam Allen as well. In that room looking for NHL spots in the future. Cole Hudson's going to be up there. Already in our top 7 defensemen. So we're going to be solid. We are going to be solid. And then, yeah, let's get this trade going. Anthony Beauvillier. What team will take him? And other guys to think about, too. Tariq Parasak was in the juniors. We'll look up his real-life junior stats here in a second and talk about him. We'll talk about it. But yeah, Lyndon Lakovich was a first-rounder for us not too long ago. We'll talk about him, too. Milton Gastron's another good pickup for our prospect pool. But that's going to be years down the road. Schaefer, top 9 forward. Okay. But yeah, Beauvillier doesn't have crazy amount of value, but I still think we can find a third. Do we keep our rep going with the Ducks? Not 94. I don't want to go for 94. I want to go for 70. I want to get inside of 70. If we can do... Probably not going to work, but what we can do is put 137 and Beauvillier for 69. I think we will probably try and bolster our AHL roster with a player from them. They want to get rid of Hanley. He has both sides. He's 35, though. I don't want 35. 70. I want to bolster up the AHL. Paschal, 26, 78. Good. I think that's a good one right there. Braden Paschal. Thanks. Thanks. Hey, brought it back. Braden Paschal. He will be on a one-way deal, though. Yeah. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. Because if we're getting AHL guys, we want to be on two-way deals. Beecher, another center option for the 4th line. John Beecher, power forward, good defensive stats, good body checking. I will try John Beecher. I think that's a realistic move right there. We get a backliner, and we trade Beauvillier in a 5th for that 3rd. I don't think this is going to go through. It doesn't. Let's try a 2027 5. So 2 5s for Brady Noling and Beecher. No? I don't think it's going to come from Calgary. Colorado 4th. Stars second. There's no way. Oilers second. Oilers second. That's what I was talking about, though. We throw the 5 in there. This could be the Beck Malliston. We get the second. Beauvillier, I feel like, could definitely be an Oiler. Cheap contract, backliner, third line left winger for them. I think they might accept this, too. I think we got a done deal with the Oilers. They do. And I think that is actually a realistic move. What was the Capitals Pens? The Anthony Beauvillier trade. It was a second round pick last year. So I am staying concurrent because Beauvillier is a solid third line guy that actually played top 6 minutes at time this year. Where's he at? He was the 10th highest point totals for us this year, so he was hit our top 10. He had 82 games played. That's really good for the Oilers to get 28 points out of with a plus 7 plus slash minus. So just for future terms, Anthony Beauvillier, I think, will be a part of Caps roster next season. But I think franchise realism, we want to get the other guys in. We really do. We want to get Crystal. We want to get Miroshnichenko. We want to get Protas into the lineup. And I think Beauvillier being traded, getting that second round pick is going to be clutch. Do I use that on Brady Nolan, though? Or do I try and Cook again? Because we didn't trade up in the first. So I think we would at least have to get to the third round first. And seeing Brady Nolan there, that would make it realistic. Seeing our guy. So we're going to take either Marshall or Blell. I think both is good. But we already took 2 right-handed shot defensemen. So I don't think Tommy Blell will be the pick here. I think we take a sniper top 6 medium Theo Marshall. With goal scoring, offensive instincts, and foot speed. That just sounds like a pick I would make out of USA. Theo Marshall is our selection with that Beauvillier pick. We went forward for forward, but I think right wing is our weakest spot now that Leonard's up, and we can see this guy in the future coming up. 67 overall is a very good pick. He didn't, for USA's sake, I feel like he didn't do as good as I would want him to, and he had more assists and goals, so that's kind of weird. He does have decent shots, though, and he's going to have really good accuracy with okay power once developed. And I think this was a really solid selection. It was skating. It was a shot. I don't even remember the third one now. Foot speed, shooting. There was one more thing in there. Probably discipline. That's really good. Okay. Really good player for that pick. Looking around, top 9 guys, top 6, top 9, having that there was actually really, really nice, and I think it made a lot of sense. So we have to be careful. 65 now. I think we can go into the later third, go to a team that wants to get rid of their pick, and is their defense, are they in a big defensive hole? Because we can do Dylan McIlrath in our 4 and call it a draft class. Because I feel like we just need to get our big picks and move on. Because we already have a lot of guys up and down the prospect pool. Caden Korczak. Korczak looks nice. Good defensive guy. Do we get him over Declan? Do we make a little, like, defense for defense trade? Ah, no. No, we don't. No, we don't. Crazy extension by Vegas. Vegas in the back of their defensive core, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could use a guy like Dylan McGrath, but I feel like Ben Hutton already kind of does that job a little bit. We will see if they actually want to do it. Maybe slightly unrealistic. But 105 and Dylan McGrath is never a bad thing when they have a hole in their 7th and 8th defenseman spots. Plus, Dylan McGrath can be a captain of their AHL team, too. So we'll do McGrath, who has one more year at $800,000, one wing. It's not that bad of a deal at all. And we're only moving up 20-some spots. So we can make sure that we get Brady Noling. I don't think it's horribly unrealistic at all. I really don't. It's 20 slots being moved up. And they want to get rid of their pick. And they still get a good pick back. And McGrath is a right-hand shot. This will just get some bum on an expiring deal that they don't have to worry about. No trade value. Hutton. Rajonberg. Magna. Coughlin. Get Dylan Coughlin, a failed piece of their team, who we might even bring back for the minor leagues. That looks like a really good minor league player. We will try and get Dylan Coughlin. So Dylan Coughlin and McGrath for 4 and then 3. They get to trade their pick back like they want. We get to trade up like we want. They get a defenseman that's an AHL captain, has been in the NHL the last 2 years. And they get rid of Dylan Coughlin. That hasn't worked for them. And look at this. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as it were, so Vegas gladly accepts this proposal. I think it makes sense for both sides. And now Declan Chisholm has some competition. But he may not even make the team because he might want a one-way deal, and we will not give that to him. So, our last pick of the draft, and I really feel like we hit the nail into the piece of wood with Brady Noling. 65 high starter. Very, very good pick for goalie. And a very good sniper, and I feel like 2 really solid right-hand shots that they can develop correctly. For this draft class, I think 16 and 18 did us justice. Our late 2nd round pick that we traded Beauvillier for was a nice steal. And then Brady Noling in the late 3rd round was a very, very good pick. And we can move on. Sim entire draft. We're at 10 o'clock right now. Pepperinen, Pantelis, Marshall, Noling. I really like these picks right here. Only 4 picks, but we only came in with 5 selections as well. We got rid of McElrath. We got rid of Beauvillier. 2 things we wanted to do. We cleared $2 million in cap space with Beauvillier. We already have 9 more coming with Ovechkin retiring. And that all working out perfectly. Let's go. I'm happy about that. I am happy about that. Alrighty. Our whole AHL coaching staff's gone. Ovechkin's a scout? We're making him a Russian scout right now so he can stay in Russia. That is happening. Never mind. We've made our decision. He's a scout. He's a scout. Where is he at? Ovechkin. 6 years, max $142,000. He's staying on the Capitals payroll. And we're going to make him a Russian scout. Look at that guy right there. Where's his face? Oh, EA Voodoo. And we get McMichael. So that will go into the cap space. Which is fine. We had 11 freed up. Put 5.6 into Michael. That makes a lot of sense. We still have 6 free from Beauvillier and Ovechkin. Alrighty, decisions. This is the exciting part. This is the exciting part. Milano released. Will be released. Let's just make sure we sort. Get Milano out of here. He's going to be moving on, quote unquote, to the Swedish leagues, but he's going to come back and sign another contract in the NHL. I should have looked at his stats because there is a reason we were getting second rounders for Milano, but I didn't want to touch that season because the season's already over. And the moves were already made. We did get the Ducks pick, but they went all the way to 30. So we had to make it right. Schooneman. I do have interest in Schooneman. Has both side flexibility, some decent defense. But the problem is we're not going one way. So for right now, we will be releasing Schooneman. Rybinski. He has been part of the Hershey roster for a while. We will bring him back on a 1-year deal. See if he can help Hershey. Leeson was a good Hershey pickup, but we will not be spending money on it. Lapierre will get his tender. Kampf will get released for now. I don't think 1.6 makes 1.8 makes sense. He might find another place to call home, which is okay. I will not bring back I'm not even pronouncing it. I don't have to worry about it. Because he is a guy that came from ECHL. I just don't have any interest in him. Ryan Hofer, I do. He was a Capitals homegrown draft pick. 6th round of 2022 with good skating, good body checking. Not the defense I would want out of him for an NHL 4th line, but beggars can't be choosers. We are going to bring him back. We still have 44. Henrik Borgstrom's not in the Capitals system anymore. We will have to decide on Coughlin. Please be two-way. Please be two-way. It's not, so he's not going to stay on the team for right now. We will keep an eye on him. Sikora, I wish I checked on. He's definitely better than that AHL top 6 forward, but he will at least hit a entry-level deal with us for realism's sake. Here we go. 15 points. That wasn't his real life. Brandon Duham, we will decide from real life stature, and I know it's not that good. He was the number 19th best point guy for us. 82 games played, 9 points with a -2. So he plays good defense with the limited offensive production. Very, very limited. Almost can't even say limited. It's a problem. He brings good balance and endurance to the team, good body checking. I just don't think it warrants 1.6. 1.3 is reasonable. In prior seasons, he did do 21 points the season before. Could we say it's a down year and give him a chance? Maybe a 6th round draft pick. I think that makes sense. I feel like real life Capitals will let him walk, but I don't think immediately it is fair to get rid of him. I will try and get him on a 1 year 1.5. Will we get it? No. For right now, I think we're going to release him. I think for right now we will release him. I don't think it's fair to Juho to bring him to Hershey immediately. I think it just depends. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Allen, Chesley. Hold up. I thought it was sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have one more. But Chesley, Allen, Belpedo kind of keeps Pipperine. And we're going to any 17. Pantelis is 18, but he's going to be juniors. Yeah, he's juniors, so we don't have to worry about Pantelis, who had more goals and assists. So that's going to be interesting to see for next season, too. LeMay can come back. I will bring back on a 1-year deal. Nope. 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 He was a 2021 draft pick. He has really good skating, though, and can develop defense for the minor league. I think, actually, yeah, we'll bring him in on his entry level. That's actually really good stats. Gucciardi, buyout player. I don't even want him. That's fine. And we are right at the cap space, the real life cap space, too. We have 25 million in real life. We have 25 million here. So that's beautiful that we're keeping it as close to realism as possible. And I just don't know what we really could use in free agency, too. Bjorklund. I feel like I don't know. For realism's sake, we're not going to buy out Clay, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I think Bjorklund can go. We're going to let go of you, but we will keep Comp. Nicholas Comp. 1, 2, 3, 4 minor league goalies. So they're basically the ECHL guys, which makes sense. They're the AHL guys. And we have our 2 NHL goalies as of right now. $3 million isn't ideal for Charlie Lindgren. I do think it's possible we do trade him if we see a better fit backup goalie. I don't want to spend more than $2 million on a backup goalie because right now we're on 5.8 with Logan Thompson, and that man is a beast. And it's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, which is perfect. So Logan Thompson for our rebuild is set. Set in as our starter. Future looking Nolan in 3 years will be our backup. So Lindgren could take the timeline perfectly and then a 1-year rental goalie. But we'll see. We might make a move. We might make a move. I'm actually kind of ready, other than minor league. I think we did every extension, right? And he's tendered. And every goalie's settled. So we finished re-signing our players. We made our decisions. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I did a good job. Stats Central. Dylan Strome led us with 69 points. Chinchurin was 67. Leonard was 63. Did an Ovechkin season exactly. That's cool. Might be looking at first line Leonard, but Captain Tom Wilson will be in effect this year. So we'll see. Leonard's going to have to earn that. Tom Wilson got the time too. That's crazy. Tom, that's not looking good for you, bud. But, like I said, we're not going off real life stats. Or we're not going off in-game stats. We're going off real life for this past year. And, yeah. Right now we have Van Riemsdyk for 1 more year at 1 year 2.5. We have Lilligren locked in for, what was it, 2 years? I'm pretty sure I said it at. Yep, the real life 2-year and $3.5 million deal, so that's a good bridge. See if he's actually worth it. Roy will be our right D number 1. With Lilligren being our right D number 2 and Van Riemsdyk being our right D number 3. Then you have Sandin, who will eventually be our third defenseman, but it will be Chincharin, for Harvey, and Hudson. Then when Sandin returns, Sandin. Our 7th D-man will be Chisholm, who played almost the exact amount of games. We do have to think about Ethan Frank playing wing next season. He is an 81 overall. He has insane skating in real life. He has a really good wrister. But then everything else kind of lacks. So he might be in and out of the lineup as needed. Sordif will be the 3C. We love Sordif. So 1, 2, and 3. I know Protoss will be the 4C. Baby Protoss. And then left wingers, we're going to probably go McMichael and Big Brother Protoss. I don't know. I don't know where that top 6 player is going to come in, but we're going to have to figure that out. I think Connor McMichael might be a 3C, and then we're putting Sordif. Very interesting. I think our AHL coach won us a championship in game, but in real life he's good but not great. I think we'll be looking elsewhere for AHL head coach. All these guys can honestly walk. We're gonna reset this AHL team. We're gonna get some goalie coaches for the goalie spot, and then bringing in Ovechkin. This guy right here can go because we're going to fire all these trash pro scouts. All the pro scouts can go. That's not B potential. Our 2 B minuses are good scouts anyway, so all pro scouts can go. Clearing up room to bring in junior scouts because we do not do fog of war around here. Fog of war is just not fun. So we did that. We are all set. Ovechkin has become a scout for us, but we're gonna let him go home to be in Russia, and it's gonna work out both ways. We currently have 42 contracts. And a lot of that I feel like will go to the AHL. We need 1 top 6 forward. We really just need 1 top 6 forward, and now we get to do extensions, and we're going to immediately extend Ryan Leonard. 4 years, 10.2. Do we wait till the start of the season? I think we do. I think 10.2 is great, and I think he deserves that, but also you want to make sure. I just don't know. I feel like if it was 8 for 4 years, it was a done deal. But 10 would immediately after the season go into effect, and that's Ovi's deal right there. We just paid Connor McMichael in 2 years. We kind of want to work
things out with Leonard first, I think. So Leonard, sort of. I definitely want to get on a better deal. 5.7 is kind of crazy, though, as well. And then Chisholm, 1.8. He's not projected to be a starter, so I think right now we are not extending any of these guys. Sazadev, can you get... Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Keep you on your two-way. Zach Funk, I'm a big fan of, but I don't think he's really fully NHL guy. He's just more to help that Hershey in the long term. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at this. Belpedo. Kind of want to see how he does in Hershey this year, and he wants a one-way anyway, and that's not gonna happen. Not going to happen. Goalie-wise, we're solid for the main roster. Our only extension is Clay, and it's not going to happen. So we're good on extensions till January 1st. Good on extensions till January 1st. We are at an hour and 36 on the stream. Not too bad for an off-season stream. We're doing pretty good timing. We're doing really good timing. I like it. I like it. Well, let's get this underway. What top 6 guys do we have? John Carlson. There's an idea that we're in the running for John Carlson. But the thing is, if we would do it, it would be a 1-year, $9 million deal with a no movement. And it wouldn't be no movement either. So he really would not want to come here anyway. If Caps did it, it would be like that. And look at that current offer. I don't think it would be 10.7 at all. A top 6 Malkin. Malkin just signed his deal, so that's not realistic. Kopitar retired, so we're not looking at these 3 guys right here. We go down to Adam Henrique. He's basically Connor McMichael, just better for short-term purposes, but 6.5 million is not bad. Cole Perfetti. We got to go UFA. I don't want to look at RFAs. So then you got Alex Tuck. I've seen people like project him to be a capital, but he would be taking Ryan Leonard's role, or it actually work out. We'd have Tuck on the left wing, Connor McMichael at the 3C, Sordif as the right winger, Crystal as the left winger, Protas as the center, and Miroshchenko playing 4th line. Honestly, either way, he'd be playing 4th line anyway right now. And I think we would have to test it out, but I don't think he is our 4th line guy. But I also could see Tuck working out. And I think 6 by 6.5 is a really good deal for us. I think he would, in real life, want a modified no-trade clause of 50%. And let's see if we can start working this deal down into the 5.9 range. Right at 6. A 6 by 6, 50% modified no trade clause. You get a guy of Alex Tuck. Let's look up the real life stats. Alex Tuck. Had 7 points in 13 playoff games in real life, so we're getting a playoff guy. 40 points in 80 games, so he's going to be that 6th forward. But I think 6 million kind of warrants it. I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. I said we wanted a top 6 forward. We get it in Alex Tuck. He can play the first line left wing if we don't think Protas can do it, but I think realistically, if Ovechkin retired, Protas is that LW1, with Tom Wilson being that RW1, with Dylan Strome being that center one, and then it'd be Pierre Dubois, Ryan Leonard, and Connor McMichael, but they said top 6 forward they want. We get it in Alex Tuck, 6x6 with a 50% trade protection, and he wants to come here. We will be fighting another team, and that's where it could get dicey. I don't know who it was. I didn't look. We don't get the look. We don't get the look. I forgot. It would have been in that signing phase. I really feel like we didn't put the money down, but we put the organizational interest down on him, saying that we're really interested in you. We'll even put a 50% no trade clause, something he didn't even want technically, but now we are offering it to him for some less money, for some more cap space down the road to sign the young guns. Other guys we can look at, Evander Kane. I'd rather just put Connor McMichael there. For Kane, Schmaltz is cool, but that's taking Ryan Leonard's spot, and we're not doing that. Another guy that we'll keep an eye on as a backup option is Eli Tolvanen with a rocket of a shot. His slapper is insane, but his wrist, honestly, is a really good player with good defense and great body checking. Oh, whoo. I honestly hope Tuck takes the other offer and Tolvanen gets nothing till then. Because I would do modified no trade clause, 50%. And see what this gets us down to. We could probably even do the Tuck deal again, almost. I think he's better than Tuck, to be honest. I wish I waited, man, and looked. I think Tolvanen kind of gives us that Ovechkin type feel with more defense. Let's look at his real life, because that is important. This is where I feel like he is the second guy on the list, is the real life. He's 27 years old. He was part of the Kraken this year. 36-point season. No playoff time. He was a part of the Kraken. Minus 18 plus slash minus. So he definitely is a guy we would have to notice he's not better than Tuck. He is not better than Tuck. In game he is, but in real life, we're coming off it. He's our number 2 option for a top 6 guy, and I'm glad no one's immediately going after him, so we will have a fighting chance for him. Outside of that, is there anyone else that we're really like going crazy about? Andrei Kuzmenko? Pretty decent shot, really good defense. He's another guy, but he's going to be gone in the first wave, and we don't really want that. Lane would be that right wing, but we can also make him a left winger, so he's on his 1T side. He's a goal scorer. Could actually work out in this Caps team. I think he could be a third option for us. And we'll see. Honestly, 4 years, 50%. I think it just makes sense that these top guys are getting 50% no trade clause. Like, we're trying to make him happy. He would be the cheapest deal possible. At 5, we could probably do 5.5. I would probably want to do that. That's not too much money on the ground. And we get another top 6 guy, and Connor McMichael is going to be that 3C. And if we get none of these guys, then Connor McMichael is the 3C. I don't see going below this anyone beats out Connor McMichael. Kirby Dach could be a good 3C, and then Connor McMichael stays in that top 6, but that wasn't the plan. But that 91 speed is pretty nice. He's going to be a good skater. He's tall. That's a very solid defensive 3C, two-way forward with a good pass. And body check. Yeah, I do like Kirby Dach. That's another one we will be looking at, but it looks like he already has a offer on the board with Ottawa, and I think he will be gone in first wave. And I want to make sure we get our top 6 first before we even worry about something like that. Next up, you got Kasperi Kapanen from the Oilers. Very fast player. would be more of a 3C, but then you would just give it to Sordif at that point, I feel like. And looks like we will look for a different fourth line center unless we choose Protoss. Comp looks like he's about to go on the move in the first wave to Carolina. And that's a cool spot for him. That's a really cool spot for him. Taze. Yeah, I just don't see that. Yeah, let's worry about first step first. The top 6 forward. And I think we had the 3 guys for that left wing spot. We're gonna put Protoss in that first line role opening night, but Tuck could be nice, and then we worry about Tolvanen next. So let's see if we win the Tuck sweepstakes. So we sim a day. Is Tolvanen touched yet? He has 2 on the board now. And then Kuzmenko has his 2. What was the other one? What was the other one? Kirby Doc still at 1. We may not be able to get in on Tolvanen in time. Tuck goes to the Rangers. Tolvanen, please still be there. Nope. But Kirby Doc is there, and he dropped in price. I think we go up. It's now Pittsburgh. It's not Ottawa anymore. He rejected Ottawa. I say we go 1 year, $4 million on Kirby Doc. We wanted the top 6 guy. He is RFA, though. He is RFA, though. Right? No, he's expiry RFA. He got untendered. He got untendered. That is like a Dylan Strome realism type sake. Anyways, we got a guy that can be top 6 for sure. He won't start top 6, but can play the role when injuries happen. And it just works out in our favor, man. We couldn't get Tolvanen. That would have been a nice one, man. I'm kind of smacking myself I didn't start with Tolvanen, to be honest. We don't even have to throw 50% at him. We're already above his asking price because we think he's worth a little bit more. Plus, when you give him money, he's more likely to develop a little bit higher than if you don't give him the money but he has a better season. It's kind of crazy like that, how this game sometimes works. Like if you give it 85 overall, 825k, they either fall or stay 85 overall, even if they're putting up good seasons. It's weird like that. I'm happy to give him a 1 year, $4 million deal, and then we get an RFA expiry status. Can we steal him from Pittsburgh? We don't know what their deal is. He wants to mull Pittsburgh over. Outside of that, we might be looking trade. But now, in this wave, goalies, we gotta look. High starter Schmid, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. We will be offering this and trading away Charlie Lindgren. Nabokov is RFA, most likely. UFA? I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make sense that he's here. I'm not going to do that. Colorado. You should have gave him his 2-way. We will be going after Akira Schmid from Vegas. 2 Vegas goalies. Was he there in the Logan Thompson time? Potentially. He might have came in after with the Devils. I don't think so. I think we got him, and then Schmidt became Vegas' guy. So we will bring in another Vegas goalie for 2 seasons at $2 million. And we are fighting with someone else. So I kind of fucked that up. I should have gave him some more money. It would still been better than Charlie Lindgren, for sure. I'm messing this up, man. So we dealt with the backup goalie spot for now. Cole Perfetti we're not messing with. He's an RFA. But do we find a fourth line forward now? Let's go defense for forward. Can go right wingers. It would be in Duheim's place. Physical. You have Greer. You have Michael McCarron, who's a 78 overall. You have Greer, who's a 78 overall. You should have Duheim there. That's a 78 overall. But we have some options. Grunstrom's a fourth line role. Carl Grunstrom, who's 28 years old, has really good body checking. Actually, a really solid shot for the fourth line. I kind of like Carl Grunstrom from San Jose. Carl Grunstrom. He's a flyer now. Was he a flyer all year? He had 6 points in 20 playoff games, so he's a playoff kind of player, but that's career. He put up 13 points with a +7 in Philly with 47 games, so he could be a 26 point +14 guy. We're going after Carl Grunstrom. 2 years, 1.8 million. Probably we are going to try because no other team is interested. 1.65. So I kind of want to save money. And that would be better than Duham. And then you'll still have Protoss, and then I guess Miroshchenko, which isn't the best. We can also kind of find a guy that can fill the place if Miro's not ready for that fourth line. A grinder and Garrett Wilson. There's good body checking, just not really defense-wise. I would do a 1 year 850, maybe 1 year 950. So he would want a 1 year, $1 million two-way deal. And honestly, it helps the minor league anyway. It's the two-way rule that I wanted. So we'll put 2 spots there for the fourth line. And then top 6 forward Berggren. We'll bring in Nemec. Nemec will be in the AHL. Adam Nemec, center. Might be a brother of the New Jersey Devil. But Salmonen is 23.72. Playmaker just doesn't look that solid at all. Berggren's kind of interesting in case of Illy Protoss. I'm pretty sure that gives NHL experience. Yeah, he has a bunch of NHL experience. 235 games played. At 1.7 is kind of expensive right now, though, in this wave. Yeah, that's a must grab. I don't know why he got let go. I don't want to cheese the system too much. We got the 1 forward prospect, 1 defensive prospect. And one of them's going to the juniors anyway, so it's perfect. Kirby Doc. About goalie prospects. A lot of low starters, but nothing that I'm really like going home about. Moist Savage doesn't really develop in this game, so I'm cool. I'm cool. Let's get the science scouts going. We might already be too late on that. Kinda are. We'll bring the B- here. We already got Russia set, but some Nordic scouts. Takes a little bit longer for European scouts, so we'll get them. Get a QMJHL. Trying to find an OHL. Get a Europe one. Michael Sturm. Get an OHL1 and a WHL1. Let's hope we get a lot of these scouts in. We might lose some of those battles, though. Okay. Coaching staff. Goalie scouts are important. Patrick Roy now. He might go to Tampa. We're going to max it out and go goalie coach. We're going to be a little bit cheeky here. And we'll just start there. A lot of these guys look like AHL head coaches anyway. We'll go you for AHL head coach Roy Ling for next season. He's played 1 year, 34, 30, and 8. I think that's a good spot for him. Can we find a AHL goalie coach? That's in the C's. Yes. A C goalie coach. Getting all the important positions first. And then we'll see if there's a head coach in there for real life NHL players. No, not yet. No, not yet. We'll start there. Let's see what happens. Kirby Dach is coming to the Capitals. We stole him from Pittsburgh. I have decided to accept your offer. Thank you for your interest. I hope we have a long and happy relationship. I think we will. You'll start 3C, and then as injuries arise, you'll either play the left wing or right wing or even center spot. You'll play all 3 forward spots in the top 6 when there's an injury. No more roster spots. Schmidt's still there, though. And to clear up a roster spot, we would turn a third into a second, and a third into a fourth. That's weird. I'm honestly okay with that. And LeMay. LeMay was interesting, but that does free up that roster spot. Schmidt's still there, so I'll actually accept that. Free up that. And then hopefully Schmidt's still there. Yes, he is. And so we don't fuck it up, we are going to give you 2.35. Because we have the cap space. Oh, it's a goalie problem. So we have to make the Charlie Lindgren deal now. Goalie Charlie Lindgren. Where are you at? Calgary wants him, and we already have a rep with Calgary. They do need a backup goalie. You want to give up your 5th? We will take your 5th. You don't want to give up. You want our 7, so 7 and a Lindgren for a 5. And that's going to be a deal done. So if Schmid fucks us over, Schmid fucks us over. And we're kind of screwed. I hate how it kind of went that way, but you know what? Let's go. Fuck you. We did get the AHL head coach. Got the AHL goalie coach. Come on, Patrick Roy. We got the 4th line right winger in Carlo Grundstrom. He replaces Brandon Duham. And he's just a lot better, man. He is a lot better. Got Garrett Wilson in case Miroshchenko cannot play 4th line, and we'll move him to the AHL. And Garrett Wilson will play that 4th line role temporarily until we figure something out. But he also just helps Hershey. Chesley, a top 6 high defenseman, our 2nd round pick a few years ago. We get a 3rd out of him, though, and I kind of want to do that. I think we wouldn't get that down the road. We turn a 4th into a 3rd, and we also get a 5th. I'm accepting that. I'm accepting that. I think, even though Chesley is 22, 74, and has a chance to make the NHL down the road, he's a good skater, not really very much on the defensive side, doesn't have much passing or shot. I'm okay with this. I think this is just good building up draft picks. Getting 2 picks for 1. Chesley isn't turning out to be a superstar, so I'm not worried about it. I think let's just do that now because we have 2 right-hand shots in the system that we would more want to project. I say no, but I want to be a solution to solve the issue. Patrick Roy is our goalie coach. That is crazy.
This is probably his retirement job. He's done being a head coach. Let's look at the coach staff now. So we have our whole NHL. We just need an associate coach and an assistant coach for. And that, I feel like, let's go AHL head coach and put one there. We'll get a associate for the power play. He's gonna have a really good power play. And then an assistant coach for the penalty kill. W. W, W, W. So what's free agency looking like right now? Do we have any people we're still waiting on? Approached? Nope. We've approached everyone. Zakaj is a RFA. He's a big dude. Hey, if we want to figure something out for Sandine, I mean, injury, he would be the guy, but I don't want to give up draft capital for it. That would not make sense. Don't want McMahon, don't want Bunting, don't want Malkin. Malkin, go back home to Pittsburgh, man. Go back home to Pittsburgh. Sign your 1 year, $5.5 million deal. Just stay in Pittsburgh. Come on. Let's see if we can get a tender trade out of Lapierre, because I just don't see him in the roster next year. The tender Lapierre trade. He doesn't have a crazy amount of value. But let's look at other teams' blocks and see what we could do. You have Alexandre Blas. I know he has a long way to go, but that 88 passing at a 70 overall is insane. I low-key want to take a chance on this guy. What if I do that and then get a 5th, 6th, or 7th round pick out of him? No. No. What about the last 7th? No. They won't take it entirely. I just don't think low elite for a high top 9 makes a lot of sense. But Lapierre's just not been that guy for us, and we kind of just need to put it into someone new. Like, that is just really, really good puck skills and good skating, and could develop decently into a defenseman. Already has pretty good face-offs too. I want to do this. I will give up our 7th. That's okay. Lapierre did not have value, but we are not signing him back. We wanted him gone, and at least we got something out of it. And that guy has some very, very talented skill for the AHL. I really like that guy. So, let's round out some AHL players. We still have so much cap space, and we have to be a little bit more under. Where else will we put the money? Here we'd have to give up a draft pick. We'd still... You'd have to accept that, and then that at least get you back on your team. If you don't accept it, that's not my problem. I don't know, man. I say to get into the cap ceiling, a 1-year, $3.75 million deal for Sean Tays. He would never come to Washington. But we also have to get under the cap floor. Honestly, if he's staying in the league and he wants a deal, he's still top 6 forward. He'll probably be top 9 falling out of the NHL. But scratch forward Jonathan Tays doesn't sound like a bad idea. I kind of had to do that. And he also gives us fourth center flexibility if Protoss doesn't work out immediately. And we did get Schmid. That was the one we were waiting on. A 4th and a 5th round pick for Jay Evans, a top 9 forward, making $2.8 million, and we get a 4th back. A 5th rounder for this guy right here. Okay. That would make... That just ruins our freaking Tays deal. I want him. We have flexibility to send Tays to the minors and then trade him at the deadline. I wish I didn't make that Tays deal. I wish I didn't make the Tays deal because this is the perfect 4C for injuries and if Ilya doesn't work. We're accepting this. I mean, that's still insane value. It's a little expensive, but he's really well rounded. Swap of seconds. We give up a 5th and Dolphus. I think we might be worse than the Hurricanes, so that is just a fleece by the Hurricane side. It just doesn't make sense. Okay. We already figured out cap space for next season. I guess we'll have both Evans and Tays as our scratch forwards. And then Sandin would be the other guy. Cole Hudson's going to play in the lineup. And 2nd round pick for a 3rd and 4th. Future years. No. No. This is just Fleece City out here. 2 seconds in Dolphus. What? To make... Okay. I mean... This is not the end of the world because we're turning a future 2nd into a this year 3rd. They must really think are we a seller? Are we a seller? We're a buyer. So I guess the Hurricanes are less well off than us? Which makes no sense. Aho's a 93. You have your 2 centers in Stankoven and Aho. You have Jordan Saul as the 3C. You have Jesper still as the 4C. Oh, this is painful. This is painful to see. Ehlers is still great. Hall's still okay. I get their forwards are not as good. Seth Jarvis, 85. But their right wingers are still great. Blake had an insane year. I don't know why he's an 80. That's insane. That's insane. They're just not doing enough because they don't have the cap space. So they think they're going to be worse off. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
We were thinking Kapanen, but at this point, Kapanen is not in our plans. Can't just sign a guy and trade him. Realistically, Blackhawks, come on. At least we're still going to keep Taves in our plans. 2 seconds for Roslovic in a third. No. We already have sorted for his role. 5 and 6 for Sutter and 6. No. Alright, we are into August. I will get all these off-season focuses done. I'm going to probably end the stream here. How'd I do? I think we kind of kept the same Caps team, and our top 6 quote-unquote guy is Kirby Dach, even though I think I want to try Connor McMichael on that wing and keep the 6 together, and then see if Dach becomes into that 6. It's a 1-year deal. And then we continuously say we get a top 6 guy, and the crowd's like, where's our top 6 guy? Well, we tried. We tried getting Alex Tuck. He went to the Rangers. Tolvanen was already gone. We weren't going to try and go after all 3, and then all 3 signed, and we're in a problem. We had to try to do it carefully. I wish I did Tolvanen first, though. Let's go to the progress report. We have some very solid players, though. Do have some solid players in the system. Parasax is 76. Leon Mugley's a 75, so that's nice. Cam Allen's a 74. Sazladev's a 74. So we have some talent here. Cole Hudson's going to be a 74. I'm telling you, he's more ready than it looks. We'll give him a shot till December, but he's probably going to get sent down, but that's okay. He's a high top 4 defenseman. But we want to realistically go with the Capitals that he will be in the lineup next year. And yeah, we'll stop here. I'll get all the off-season focus stuff done, and then we'll get into the regular season in the next episode. We'll definitely do our opening, our home opener, and then get through like the first 20 games. I just want to say thank you all for watching this first episode, Carrots Ball Ages, and I'll see you all for episode 2. Peace.